Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today is Warcraft Monday and I'm going to be reacting to a Platinum WoW video today. It's in relation to the aliens that doomed the Warcraft universe as well as the unknown history of the Draenei. So this video is called The Rise of the Horde Volume 1. If you want to check out my previous reactions on Warcraft Monday videos, remember the playlist card will be at the top. Just click on it and you'll be able to access them. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
Long ago, the alien race called the Eredar lived on the planet of Argus. The three rulers were approached by the demon lord Sargeras, who promised them untold power and knowledge. They accepted his gift and were transformed into demons. All except for a small group called the Draenei, who fled with their leader Prophet Velen to a world called Draenor. Now, Velen is having intense visions that perhaps the demons and his old allies who fell to darkness have found them once again.
Is there no end to your sanctimonious bluster, Velen? You claim the mantle of prophet, yet you always lacked the vision to see the inevitable destiny of our world. Of all worlds.
You lost faith in the light! Together, we could have resisted Sargeras and saved our world!
Did the light save your son? Was it faith that shone in Rakisha's eyes as they closed for the final time?
That's a low blow, Kil'Jaeden. That's a very low blow. Come on, man.
Or was it hatred for the father who abandoned him? And now your impotent fury has drawn your allies to their doom.
No!
For millennia, the Legion searched through the cosmos for the traitorous Draenei. When their spaceship crash-landed on Draenor, waves of holy energy echoed through space and revealed their location to their demonic enemies. Kil'Jaeden and his underling Talgath were quick to react and studied the world of Draenor in secret. You know, sure, they could just summon a bunch of demons on the world and destroy everything, but Kil'Jaeden's ultimate role in the Legion was to recruit and corrupt new races to join in their burning crusade. And as Kil'Jaeden scanned the surface of Draenor, the orcs seemed like the perfect candidate. They were superstitious, resilient, proud, strong, and a little bit stupid. In other words, you couldn't find a better race to be corrupted into the Legion. What was even better was Kil'Jaeden could weaponize the orcs and have them massacre the Draenei. It would be a slow, painful death for them, and when it was too late, they'd realize that their demise was the Legion's doing. But there was a problem. The orcs were separated into a bunch of different clans, and if Kil'Jaeden's plan was going to work, he'd have to unite them. His method of doing so was to have an agent of chaos do his bidding. And the name of one orc in particular echoed through Kil'Jaeden's mind.
I think I know who it is. I think I know. It's my guy.
Gul'dan, a crippled, vengeful orc who was banished from his village, held great promise. Gul'dan was infused with the unimaginable, raw power of fell magic and became the first ever orcish warlock.
Now drink. Drink.
A vessel for my fury.
In exchange, he would be a servant of the Legion, whose ultimate mission was to make all others serve his Dark Lord.
Show Velen's mongrels the folly of resisting us! Yes, master.
Gul'dan's first order of business with his newfound powers was to kill everyone in his village. Yes, he is just that evil. Okay, so
No, but if you know the reasons why he did it, because I remember watching the cinematics for the Warlords of Draenor. I think it was the Warlords of Draenor cinematics. I can't remember right now. But yeah, he was kicked out of his village because he was considered to be crippled and weak and, you know, not able to contribute to the tribe. So they just kicked him out. So of course he would have resentment and hatred towards that, towards his village, towards his former community, if I can say that. So yeah, look, I'm not condoning his actions. I'm just saying I understand where he's coming from.
So next, he needed to work with Kil'Jaeden in order to unite the orcs and kill the Draenei. And in order to do so, first, he'd have to throw the world in peril. The warlock traveled to the throne of elements and corrupted the spirits of Draenor and threw them into disarray.
This wretched realm will be brought to its knees.
As the seasons passed, the entire world was plagued with natural disasters and disease. Arid droughts would suck the life out of the earth, only to be met with torrents of flash floods months later. And entire swaths of jungle were covered in snow. The wretched disease known as red pox plagued orcish settlements, and hundreds died in a matter of weeks. The symptoms of this disease was swelling red pustules growing on your body and vomiting blood. Quite frankly, the inhabitants of Draenor were straight up just not having a good time right now. Next on Gul'dan's list of atrocities was to ally with an orc that could help lead and inspire the other orcs to rally against the Draenei.
I like how Kil'Jaeden is in the distance there, you know, in the skies, just folding his arms like this and just watching as his puppet does his work for him. It's very, very beautiful.
Gul'dan set out for the Shadowmoon clan, the shamanistic clan that a lot of other clans respected. Gul'dan appeared at the gates of their village, telling sob stories about how the ogres, oh my gosh, they just killed everyone in my clan. It was horrible. Oh my god, please help me. The orcs felt sympathy for the lone refugee and adopted him into the clan. Over time, Gul'dan would grow close to the chieftain Ner'zhul. Together, they shared their woes of the friends and family they had lost, and Ner'zhul confessed the grief in his heart he had for his mate, Ro'kan, who he had lost years ago. Gul'dan prayed.
Ro'kan was that orc that was experimenting with the Naru in space, right? The Naru that was infected with void. Or well, not infected, but was transforming into a void Naru, right? I think that was her who died. I think so, I'm not sure.
On the chieftain's inner turmoil and won his trust and friendship. Why would you trust some random orc with spikes growing out of his back? I don't know, but I guess Ner'zhul was just a very vulnerable dude.
The Legion's grasp extends beyond this mortal coil. Your mind, so feeble.
Through Gul'dan, Kil'Jaeden could warp and bend Ner'zhul's inner thoughts, which is something that would prove to be incredibly useful later in our story. The manipulation was yet another victory leading up to their master plan, but Gul'dan's job was not done just yet.
Fire, now!
What was going on there? Come on, orcs.
Meanwhile, the Draenei had their own problems they were dealing with. In the lands of Talador, the Draenei had been dealing with a small clan of orcs that had been harassing them ever since the war they had with the ogres. This small group of orcs were called the Bladewind clan, who had been a thorn in their side for years at this point. They'd raid Draenei caravans and take captives, and generally just be really annoying.
We will fight another day!
But as Draenor's climate was thrown into peril, the Bladewind clan was hit the hardest. The combination of diminishing resources and the infectious disease of red pox dealt a massive blow to their population. The Bladewind were a frustrated, doomed, and desperate people. And that made them vulnerable.
Prepare yourself. Our enemy's suffering shall soon commence.
Gul'dan appeared before the Bladewind clan, disguising himself as a Shadowmoon clan representative. He told the orcs that the world's elemental woes and red pox was actually the Draenei's doing, and the only way to restore balance was to spill their blood.
Our enemy thinks us conquered. Reveal their error.
The Bladewind were pretty much doomed at this point, so they really had nothing else to lose, and accepted Gul'dan's word as truth.
When we arrived here, I lost many jewels that had been in my family for generations. If you could get your hands on my family jewels, I would be deeply appreciative.
Help! Anybody!
It was an ambush. Exarch Akama, these attacks are just the beginning.
The Bladewind's heightened aggression did not go unnoticed by the Draenei. Clearly, something was going on here, and the Exarchs needed to take action.
I am required to provide a greeting. Hello.
The Council of Exarchs met with Prophet Velen to discuss their next steps in their conflict with the Bladewind. Exarch Naele and the Rengari went on scouting missions to observe the Savage Clan, and what they found was truly horrifying. The Bladewind had resorted to performing sacrificial rituals on the kidnapped Draenei in hopes of appeasing the world's elements. The rituals were graphic, savage, but ultimately futile.
It is far worse than I feared. Do we have the strength to face such a foe?
Velen reflected on the visions he had. Perhaps the Bladewind's actions were motivated by the Legion, but there was no way of proving that. Besides, the visions Velen had of the Legion were not the undeniable truth. Like, he also had a vision where his old friend Archimonde was outside and was all like,
Come, dance with us, Velen. Feel the gyrations of the music flow through your body. I'm coming towards you. Ooh, come on, let's dance.
yeah, his visions could get kind of weird. Anyways, Velen's solution to the ordeal was to remain a man of peace, and he simply decided to bolster the defenses of Draenei settlements because it would be the most passive way to defeat the bladewind threat.
That's not good. That's not good. Well, I do agree, create more defenses for your civilization, yes, but also tasked, people to further investigate what's going on throughout all the orc clans, not just the Bladewind clan, but all of them. They should have like an audit to see what's going on. Spies, just to check if there is any involvement with foul magic or any kind of corruption that's going on. They should have had like a proactive stance in this kind of situation, and also avail themselves to other orc clans, negotiate with them, talk with them, get closer to them, because I remember from the previous episodes on the Draenor, Valen decided that he wanted to keep his people isolated from the rest of Draenor, keep them isolated from the rest of the populace of Draenor, the orcs, the ogres, and whoever else was on the planet. They would just keep to themselves. They would just keep to the civilization. They would only interact with the other species on Draenor through trade, and that's it. You see, so I'm just thinking that maybe Velen should have taken a far more proactive stance in communicating with the people of Draenor, so that something like this would not happen without any consequence, if I can say that. At least they would know what's going on, who's doing this, who's doing that, who's behind the scenes busy conducting this situation, this altercation between the Bladewind clan and the Draenor. But we're here now. There's nothing we can do.
With respect, I disagree. We must not underestimate them.
But not all agreed with Velen's ideals. Vindicator Murad, a paladin who served under Exarch Akama, refused to stand idle while he still had a chance to save his sister, Loran, who was kidnapped by the orcs. Reluctantly, Velen and the other Exarchs gave in to the Vindicator's plea, and an offensive strike force of Rangari and Vindicators were dispatched to the Bladewind village.
My favorite kind of music. Black rock and roll, of course.
Platinum, wow, are you trying to make me cry because it's working? Okay, I really feel, oh gosh.
I will deal with the beasts myself.
I will destroy you!
your own death!
Ah, This is the end of your race, Draenei!
Light, grant me your vengeance.
Such delusion.
Your usefulness is at an end.
While Gul'dan pulled the strings of his puppets, his master did the same, and Kil'Jaeden the Deceiver appeared before the chieftain Ner'zhul to sway his opinion of the Draenei.
Yo, what's going on? It's me, your dead wife, Rolkan. Anyways, you know, Ner'zhul, I never told you this, but, when I was alive, there was nothing more I hated than Draenei. Man, I just hate those dudes. They're the reason for all of this climate change and disease, and they're gonna kill you all, and you're gonna need to make a giant army. Just unite all of the clans that kill them in order to save Draenor. Look, it's very important. Now, I gotta go. I'm your wife, so, hugs and kisses and all that, and I'll see you later.
The tides of war encroach. Are you ready to meet them?
With every single Bladewind clan member murdered, only Gul'dan's retelling of the events would be known to the other orcs. The manipulative warlock told the Shadowmoon clan that the Draenei, they just massacred the Bladewind clan totally unprovoked, and their bloodthirsty armies would hunt down the rest of the orcish clans next. Ner'zhul was really in no position to refuse the advice from the spirits, and if Gul'dan spoke the truth, maybe the Bladewind's fall was only a precursor for the devastation to come. Actions to unite the clans needed to be made. Ner'zhul sent urgent summons for the rest of the clans to meet at Oshugun.
Like, isn't that weird? Isn't that ironic? Like, they are meeting in the place where their enemies crash landed on Draenor. It is the weirdest thing ever.
Over a number of weeks, the various clans rallied together at Oshugun. Ner'zhul put forward the claims that the spirits told him that the orcs' very existence was in peril. Their only chance of survival was to unite under one banner and drive back this alien threat. The clans took the rest of the evening to consider Ner'zhul's words. Some clans, like the Frostwolves, were very wary on declaring war. Their chieftain Durotan had only had peaceful interactions with the Draenei. And what exactly would be the gain of killing the orcs? You know, they had never really shown any real aggression until now. But then again, questioning the spirit's words on the matter would be ridiculous. Surely they know what they were talking about. Gul'dan was one of the first to openly support Ner'zhul's proposition to unite the clans. This would be a critical move in bringing the clans together because, you know, if some crippled old loser like Gul'dan wanted to fight and die for the clans, that meant any orc that didn't would be an honorless coward.
Yeah, you see, this could have all been avoided probably if the Draenei were far more integrated into the societies of Draenor. You know, if they knew the chieftains at a personal level, if they knew this meeting place where they would discuss a potential attack against the Draenei, if they were there to vouch for their own defense, you know, to say that, look, we were attacked by the Bladewind clan for a number of times, but this time they attacked us with such viciousness and such prejudice and just evil intent that we had to take action against them. We have suspicion that they might be dealing with very dangerous magic, and we have not proved just yet, but we had to try and save our own people. And, you know, ultimately it resulted in this massacre of the clan. You know, they could have been there to talk about this. Villain could have been there to tell them about why they ran on that ship and crash landed on Draenor. What are they running away from? If they had talked to them before, like as soon as they landed, if they had talked to the orcs, to the ogre, whoever else is on the planet, that guys, we're running away from a very powerful and evil entity that wishes to destroy the universe. So keep an eye out for people who have green hands, who have a green pigmentation. Just know that they might be foul, imbued creatures, you know. They might be foul servants, you know. They might be servants of the Dark Lords of Sargeras. So, you know, they could have discussed about that, but nothing. They decided to be isolationists.
Thank you.
So at dawn, the orcs came together to come to a conclusion on the matter. Nearly every chieftain voted to unite the clans. The war horns were sounded, the orcs readied their blades, and from that day forward, they would be known as the Horde.
Okay guys, that's it with Platinum WoW Rise of the Horde Volume 1. Yes, the Legion, Kil'Jaeden, really planned this out quite well. Instead of attacking the Draenei directly, he would first convert the populace of Draenor under his banner. I wonder why didn't he target also the ogres? Why weren't the ogres also targeted as a potential race to join the Legion? But anyways, yeah, he assessed the situation on Draenor, seeing that the orcs were a gullible race because, you know, they're very attuned to spirituality. They venerate the spiritual connection and all that kind of stuff. So he used that a connection against them and fooled them into believing that, you know, the Draenei are the threat. And to, you know, solidify that kind of advantage that Kil'Jaeden had, he also commissioned a new puppet under his control, which is Gul'dan. He's one of my favorite characters. I love Gul'dan. I love his laughter. I love the fact that he's not the strong, powerful orc, but you know, he's a crippled man. You know, he's walking with a walking stick, but he thinks, and he can assess the situation, and he can use the orcs to his advantage. And once he's done with you, he either kills you or he leaves you out to die. You know, he's that kind of evil that I actually like. So yeah, I like Gul'dan. Yeah, he commissioned Gul'dan to spread the word of salvation and the enemy that they must fight against the Draenei. And the Draenei themselves, like I've said before, you know, their isolationist policies are leading them to their own downfall. You know, as soon as they landed on Draenor, they should have acquainted themselves with all the races on Draenor. You know, they shouldn't have just kept to themselves and build their civilization and then leave everything else behind, because you know, they could have they should have informed the populace of Draenor that, you know, we are running away from a very powerful entity that wishes to destroy this planet one day or destroy the entire universe. So keep an eye out for this. But they didn't talk to them. They just allowed them to continue on with their lives, and you know, even wonder what was the Naru in space there doing, and experimenting, trying to capture the energy from the Naru, from the void infected Naru. And now we're dealing with Kil'Jaeden through Gul'dan, using foul magic and corrupting Draenor and trying to corrupt the orcs. You see, so yeah, Velen should have really opened up to the populace of Draenor, but there's nothing we can do now. It's too late. Guys, remember, if you liked the video, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I guess I'll see you next week, Monday. Okay? Bye-bye.